Equation for the Royal Challengers Bangalore is very, very simple. All they need is for the Delhi Capitals to lose their final group match in the IPL 2022, and the Royal Challengers Bangalore are through to the IPL playoffs. That would be easier said than done, considering the Mumbai Indians have had a horrible season where they've only won 3 games, and Delhi currently have 14 points, which means they've won 7 games and could very easily qualify if they win their 8th of the season. And that will end RCB's hopes, because while RCB also have 16 points, remember, it is worth noting that Delhi, as things stand, have a far superior net run rate. Now, obviously, this has been a talking point in today's game and even since RCB beat Gujarat Titans, because remember, RCB needed that win, but they also need this particular result to go their way. And well, they've decided to show their support for arch rivals Mumbai Indians in a very unique and very interesting manner. That's because, well, as you can see, I have here open a tweet from the RCB where they say #red turns blue. As you can see, their entire social media has gone blue in support of the Mumbai Indians. Now, I guess that's one way of showing your support, but I mean, what better way to will something into happening than by actually doing whatever it is possible, by manifesting, to use a term that's very common in modern parlance, by manifesting it and making sure that you're giving it every chance of happening. That's exactly the route that the Royal Challengers Bangalore have gone, because this really isn't the only thing which they've talked about in this particular, on their social media feeds, because as we can see here, they posted a nice little letter, in fact, in the form of a postcard to the Mumbai Indians, where, as you can see, it's written here, "Hey Mumbai Indians, the entire RCB team will cheer for you like one family. You go play bold against DC." Obviously, it's pretty evident that they want the Mumbai Indians to win this match very, very badly indeed, and they are willing to go to almost any lengths to ensure that that happens. That includes turning their entire social media blue in support for them. And in fact, it's not just them, and it's not just this, because we can see here there's a nice quote from Faf du Plessis where he says that he's banking on Rohit to come good. Now, normally speaking, if you're a captain of a rival team, you'd hope that your fellow captain of said rival team would continue having a little poor form. But obviously, that's not necessarily going to be the case. Faf and the entire RCB team, as well as all their fans, will want Rohit to come good. In fact, the interesting thing about this entire thing is that it's actually brought Virat and Rohit fans on the same page for the first time, because all of them want MI to win. It's that simple. Mumbai fans will of course want to win because they want to end what has been a very forgettable campaign on a high, or at least as relative a high as possible, whereas RCB fans and by extension fans of Virat Kohli will want MI to win so as to ensure that RCB go through. In fact, as I said, it's not really just RCB alone, but even people associated with the franchise who are taking to Twitter in support of the Mumbai Indians. Dinesh Karthik, who's arguably been one of the better players at RCB this year, posted this interesting little picture where he says, "Found this in the archives," and it's a picture of him in Mumbai Indians colours. Now, as you guys remember, DK has indeed won an IPL with MI, but he's an RCB boy now, so will only be cheering on his current franchise so that they can help. He'll be cheering on his former franchise just so that they can help his current franchise. So, there's not just this, but also there's Danish Saith, the comedian who plays the character Mr. Nugs on their social media channels, has also put out a tweet saying, "Love you, MI Pulton." And he too has, if you go through his timeline, you'll see that there's a lot of pro-Mumbai tweets. That would not be happening in normal cases, but such is the beauty of the IPL and the permutations and combinations that factor that are needed to make it to the playoffs, that any team can actually do something like this and it instantly becomes always newsworthy. Now, obviously, this is a very big deal, and it is also kind of funny because I'm sure that as the day goes on, you're going to see even more such updates coming your way from the Royal Challengers Bangalore. It'll be really fun to see, personally, for me at least, how exactly they're going to be tweeting when the match goes on, because as we know, all franchises love tweeting on, events or notable events happening. I think I would personally be very tuned in to see what exactly the RCB team have in store for us today. And of course, you will also be very keenly watching the match, because even though, as we know, Mumbai have really nothing to play for in this particular match, they still going to go out on a high, give their fans, and remember they're playing this match in Mumbai, give their home fans something to cheer about as their season officially draws to a close. Of course, if they can get a win, it's also good news for RCB, because it means they will seal their spot in the playoffs, because as we know, 3 teams already have qualified. You have Gujarat Titans and the Rajasthan Royals, who've qualified in 1 and 2. The Lucknow Super Giants are in 3rd place, and RCB need a Mumbai win today in order to ensure that they stay in 4th place as the group stages come to an end. Again, I thank you all, and that will be the end of this particular little video of ours. If you enjoy what it is that we do, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And don't forget to show your love even more by liking the video, commenting on it, sharing it with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Last but not the least, don't forget to download the Gamezy app for all of your fantasy gaming needs. Use the link in our description, get some bonus cash. You stand a chance of winning up to 5 crores daily, because you can make teams in multiple phases of the game. So what exactly are you waiting for? Download the app and make as many teams as you want. As always, I've been Shane Reyes, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.